Hi guys, it's Sharon Hartley from My Keto Journey, and this video is going to be talking about my update on my latest doctor's visit here in the States. When I was in Australia, I had seen my family GP, which I have known her for going on 30 years. She knew me since I was a little girl. I was 5 years old when I started seeing her. So she knows me very well. She knows my history. I got all my blood work done with her, my woman things that I know we have a lot of men in this group, so I don't want to embarrass you. But yeah, my pap smear, everything came back clear. So that was wonderful. Breast exam, everything came back fine, so I was very happy about that. So I had found out in Australia that my TSH levels, which is to do with your thyroid stimulating hormone, was 4.61. Now the normal range is 4.00. So I was 61 up, and I was feeling extremely tired all the time, lethargic. I was sleeping up to 15 hours a day. Now, recently, my cousin had passed away when I was at my mum's. So I thought I was just tired because we were doing stuff. We were going to his house and packing all his stuff up and just dealing with a lot emotionally, physically, things like that. So I just thought that it just had to have something to do with that. My hair was falling out in clumps, and I also thought that had something to do with low carb, because sometimes when you're doing keto and you're keeping your carbs down to less than 20 grams, and yes, some days I do keep my carbs down to a complete minimum, but I was having a heap of hair come out, like clumps and clumps. And it was depressing. I was crying. I was just like, I don't know what's happening to me. I started having joint pain. I had this really bad pain in my back because I was sort of in, not an accident, but it was getting off the bus. The bus hadn't pulled all the way up to the curb, and I kind of jarred my back. So for a while I was having back spasms, and I felt like in a part of my back, especially my lower lumbar L5 region, was really hurting a lot. So I was having like inflammation down in that part of my back, and I was having the naproxen, the prescription naproxen, and I was having up to 1,000 milligrams, which was not very great, because taking that over 5 days, I was becoming constipated, bloated, miserable, and just the pain just wasn't going away. It was kind of coming and going. So getting back to the thyroid, I had the elevated TSH levels, but my T4 and my T3 were totally normal. And then my insulin was fine. My serums were a little high. I don't exactly have the numbers here with me. I'd actually given all my paperwork to my doctor's office. So my doctor back in Australia had wanted me to come home when I come home to the States, to go to my doctor's office and have my TSH levels drawn 3 months after I had come home. So, okay, I have been home for 2 months, and this is the update and what's been happening. I have been beyond exhausted, extreme fatigue. I've been sleeping up to 15 hours a day. Sometimes I'm only up for 5 hours in the day, and I'm just exhausted. My eyes burn, and I knew something was wrong. I was losing my hair. My moods were changing. I was becoming depressed. And everything was so overwhelming because I also was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease as well, which is genetically linked to one of 3 autoimmune diseases that my mother has. The autoimmune disease that I have is called Sjögren's disease. It affects the inflammation in your body. So I was having inflammation in my back. That was the problem that I was having. I was having the inflammation in my back. Now, I have had carpal tunnel in the past where it's hurting my wrists, and it's burned in my wrist, and I do wear those wristbands, and they help some, but not completely. So when I came home, my conditions only worsened. I could not function. I could not do my regular chores, keeping up with my housework, washing the dishes, just cooking, vacuuming, sometimes even taking a bath or a shower was exhausting. I had to tell my husband I just couldn't go out to a doctor's appointment of his, or there was just something that we needed to do, and I just couldn't. I was just so tired. So I kept putting the doctor's office visit off because I am very stubborn, and it takes a lot of people telling me exactly you need to get to the doctor's office. Well, it's actually one of my friends on this group, actually a few of my friends, if I'm allowed to mention them, I'm sure it will be okay. Tracy Ellie Bennett, is it Tracy Bennett Ellie? I'm not sure. It's one of them. I'm sorry, Tracy. But anyway, Tracy, she's one of our admins. I was talking to her about just the way I was feeling, and she told me a few things about thyroid and how it's in control of every organ in your body, and she just started telling me things, and it scared me to the point where I made an appointment with my doctor. Now, I am not insured. I do not have major medical, so my office visit was $75. My blood test for my TSH levels was $36, and then there was my medications that she might or might not have put me on. I'll get to that. This is going to be a long video. So anyway, I was just going to wait those 3 months through, and I had actually ordered this thyroid support dietary supplement from One Body, and they're actually on Amazon, and you can order them. You take 2 tablets, 1 in the morning after you eat with water. Do not have, if you're thinking about taking something like this, don't have coffee with it, because coffee will affect the way it works. And also, I would take 1 of these at night. So I have been taking these for a month now. And you actually buy 1, get 1 free with these. So these are $24 on Amazon. One Body is the seller, and they have all the ingredients for thyroid health. So your vitamin B12, your iodine, your zinc, your selenium, copper, magnesium, molybdenum, a lot of different herbal powders that I can't pronounce. Cayenne pepper, is it? That so basically it's not a prescription drug. So I just thought, okay, I'll try these. I was looking at the reviews, and it actually someone had said their TSH levels, their thyroid stimulating hormone levels had come down. So I thought, okay, I'm going to have these. Then just the extreme tiredness, the fact that I spoke to Tracy and Darlene, and what they told me kind of scared me, and I think I needed that. I needed to, oh, hi, Mom. My mum has joined us. hi, she must have got her computer back. Or she's on the phone. I think she's been having problems with her computer, had to be put into the shop. But anyway, getting back to what I was talking about. I will tell you that I had been taking them for a month. And I started seeing improvements. I wasn't as tired. I was still tired, but I wasn't as tired. I would take maybe a 3 or 4 hour nap in the day, but I wasn't sleeping the 15 hours. My moods had sort of improved, but I still wasn't seeing an improvement. Okay, so go to the doctor. I tell her all my symptoms. I'm even having heat in my feet and my legs, which I'll get to that in a minute. So when I went to the doctors here, I had not seen my doctor in a year and a half. And she actually didn't recognize me. She didn't even know who I was. She thought I was someone else, some other Australian patient that she knew who has a son. So I was like, wow, okay. You don't even know. I mean, I haven't been seeing her for too many years. I think I've been seeing her for maybe three. I think I think I've only seen her 3 visits. So only like 1 visit a year, because I don't go to the doctors all the time. I did have insurance, but that's a whole other story that I can't afford $7.50 a month. I mean, $110 over $7.50 a month is way better. So anyway, getting down to business. I was telling her how I was feeling. She looked at the numbers. She looked at all the tests that my doctor in Australia had run. She tested my TSH levels. And she actually said with the Sjögren's disease, you could be exhausted and tired from that. And the inflammation levels is what could be making you tired. It may not even be that you have a thyroid condition. And I'm like thinking, okay, I don't understand all this because I'm losing my hair, I'm moody. There was every symptom I was having was pretty close to what thyroid was. And I had looked into a lot of things with Sjögren's disease, and I had pretty much every symptom to do with that. So I had sort of said that I had been feeling heat in my feet and my legs for over a year now, and now it has been going into my legs. Well, she said it could be neuropathy. But I also have read into things, and it could be this Sjögren's disease. And it's very hard to sleep at night because when my feet are hot, I just cannot sleep. So I get up in the middle of the night. I get up, I get on the computer, I watch Netflix or whatever to get my mind off of it. They cool down, but still it's something that I either have nerve damage or I don't know. Anyway. So my doctor had put me on medication for the inflammation. I have been taking them for 6 days, I believe, and it's called Morbin, M-O-B-I-N, and I just got them from Walmart, a 30-day supply, which was only $4, so I was happy about that. I thought it was going to be a lot more. I take them at night after a meal with a glass of water. They haven't as yet really worked. I'm still having a lot of pain in my arms, a lot of pain in my legs. I'm still feeling tired. Now, the pharmacist had mentioned before that if you're having Advil or any over-the-counter medications, which I have been taking, amphetamine tablets, which is Panamax, and the naproxen I've been taking. I've also been taking muscle relaxers as well, tizanidine, but I've stopped all that. And that could have made me tired. So the tiredness is still there, but it's not as bad. The tiredness is gone. So anyway, a few days after I had been to the doctors, I get a call saying that my TSH levels have gone down to 2.2, which is beyond normal, and that I don't have a thyroid condition. And I'm thinking, okay, what? Because they told me in Australia that I have a mild hypothyroidism. And now I don't. Like, how could that be? The only thing that I've been having is this thyroid support. And remember what I mentioned before in reviews, that some people said that their TSH levels have gone down. I am still going to be taking these. This is my second bottle. I'm on my second bottle now. I have actually forgotten to take it the last couple of days, and I feel bad. I feel bad. So I've actually added some things to my whole way of eating. I ordered these, essential for brain and nerve function, and it's I'm not sure how you spell it, but anyway, it's this. And it's supposed to help you sleep. Now, I've kind of forgotten to take these, and I should take them again, but it's another supplementary diet supplement, and it's gluten, wheat, and dairy free, and it's got no carbs in it, and it's suitable for vegetarians. And so yeah, I will be taking these and seeing if they work. There's actually, I think it was Marsha told me, and I hope, Marsha, that they're the right pills that I should be taking. She said that this would help me sleep, so I thought, I'll give it a try. I ordered them on Amazon. They're from Solgar, Solgar. And also in the past I have been taking magnesium malate. And the magnesium malate is great for sleep, but it also has 3 carbs, and that's 3 carbs in, like, 3 carbs total, and that counts towards my carbs. So I decided to switch over to magnesium citrate, and this supports nervous system support, and it's critical for enzyme functions, and it's vegan friendly. So this is the one that I'm now having. And I ordered that on Amazon from now, and my husband and I will take these. It's 200 milligrams. The milligrams and dosage that I have had before was, I think, 500. And I get my magnesium in foods as well. So getting back to my doctor's visit, my doctor was extremely happy that I'm doing ketogenic and low carb. She noticed that I had lost, and she said, wow, a significant amount of weight. Because when she'd seen 305 to 233, she's like, wow, that's just amazing. Keep up with the ketogenic eating, she said. Keep walking. Drink plenty of water. Walking and drinking plenty of water is a bit of a, yes, it's a bit of a battle at the moment with the way the weather has been, and with the way that my joints have really been aching, especially my arms. My arms, I'm actually feeling pain right now. It's like a toothache. But she said that I will possibly have to go see an RA, rheumatoid arthritis specialist, and to look into getting Medicaid. So I'm going to look into that. I'm not sure if I can, because I'm not a US citizen, but I am a resident with a green card, so I may be eligible. There are people who are illegal in this country that do get government assistance, so I'm crossing my fingers that I can get some kind of assistance as well, because it's seeing any kind of specialists and medications for RA is going to be quite an expense. And look, I don't regret cutting off my major medical at all, because I can't afford $750 a month. My husband and I are only on one income, and he's covered because he's on Medicare, and so we're just we're gonna see what happens with the meds that she put me on. If they work, great. If they don't, it looks like I'll be seeing a rheumatoid arthritis specialist. My mum knows all about that. She's had injections in her bones with cortisone. She's had numerous injections like Enbrel, Humira, Xeljanz. Oh, you name it, she's had a lot. And she's also dealing with a lot right now. She went on a new antidepressant and realized that she was having an allergic reaction to it and got hives. So, it's sort of an emotional roller coaster for her. And yes, keto can help inflammation, it can, but if it's genetically linked, and the fact that if you do have to have medication or shots for it, do what is necessary to do. I'll always consult your doctor before you start a low-carb keto lifestyle. Always talk to a doctor. They might be negative about it. Do your own research as well, because you may be taking a number of medications that also it might affect. So just always just make sure that it's going to be a safe and healthy thing for you, which 99% I can say for me, it's been the best decision that I've ever made. And I know that with medication, with walking when the weather warms up, and just getting back into the swing of things and just kind of getting out of this funk with my health, I think I'll be doing much better. So that was my recent doctor's visit. I know it was long. That's 22 minutes. This is probably one of my longest videos ever. If you are suffering with arthritis or thyroid condition, I suggest that you get tested if you haven't already. Talk to your doctor, come up with an action plan, have your thyroid under a doctor's care, under a doctor's supervision. I did actually show and tell my doctor about these thyroid support. So if you want to do something like this, talk to your doctor first. So yeah, I'm overall really happy that I have a doctor that supports what I'm doing, that she's happy with what I'm doing, and she said remain on the course, and that's great. I mean, I would not want to go to a doctor that was not 100% behind my decision. Okay, take care, guys, and it looks like I'll be making a phone call to my mum. All right, have a good night. Bye, Keto On.